First of all, I was so incredibly starstruck today to have Sylvie here. I've been such a huge fan for so long. I watch her videos all the time. So it's so cool to be at the same conference as her. Okay, so my name is Sara, and I'm here to talk about and help you with wearables. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I'm into this, why I think it's cool, why I think it's an opportunity for everyone, and show you what I made for today, and what we're going to be making. Okay, so I figured we'd start with a fun game. I'm going to do fictional people wearing wearables on television, and if everyone could just shout out who we got. The first one is the easiest one. Everyone knows. Oh, yeah. So I guess you don't have to shout Dick Tracy because it says Dick Tracy. Yeah, it's Dick Tracy. Like, I got it. Okay, great. Next one. That's Iron Man. Yeah, that's a cool wearable. Yeah, that's the coolest because it's like a banana clip, but you wear it on your face. Yeah, Maxwell Smart. And who knows what this is? Does anyone know what this is? Who this is? Yeah. How cool is that show? I really like that show, and I really like her outfit, but it's kind of gross that she wears it every day. Does anyone else think it's really gross? She wears it under her clothes, but it's so cool. Okay, so we've been dreaming about making wearables for a really long time, right? We've been thinking about how technology we're gonna carry it with us everywhere, and we're always gonna use it. But only kind of recently have we started doing this. So wearables, the difficult part with wearables is making them attractive, because it is really easy to wear technology that looks awful, right? You know, like I could strap an iPad to myself, and then I'd just like be walking around like that, and that would be great. But I think the real challenge is making it look so it's not terrible. I apologize if anyone in this room made any of these things. I found these online. I was like, I don't think these are the best looking things I've ever seen, and wouldn't be comfortable wearing them every day, but they seem to be functional and a good purpose. So this looks like something you can wear out. This is something you definitely wouldn't want to walk around in. These are, I think that's like an iPhone taped to that guy's glasses. This is, I don't know, this is like some kind of dress, but it lights up. It's like keyboard something. I don't know. I thought that was rough looking. And this guy's wearing really cool AR glasses, but not ones he'd want to like walk around in. But lately, there's been some really cool stuff around wearables that are really good looking. This is the Pebble. It's a really nice watch. It's a Kickstarter. This is, I don't know who this is singing, but there's this company in the UK that makes these couture dresses that lots of celebrities wear, and they are all very cool looking. This is another watch. This is a Samsung watch that talks to your phone. This is another dress by them, and there's another one. This dress changes color. I mean, sorry, this dress has things projected on it, so when Carrie Underwood does like a concert, it changes all the time. Her skirt changes, which I thought was really cool. This is a dress that Katy Perry wore to the Met Gala, and obviously the same dress, just changing colors, which I think is really cool. My favorite, this is my friend Elizabeth. She made this dress. It plays the game of life. So you see those guys? So it like goes all over. It's really cool. She did it a couple of years ago, actually, way before, kind of before her time. But I think it's awesome. So how did I get into this? How do I get excited about wearables? I've been into fashion since I had these things. Does everyone remember these things? These were the best. You had like 10 plates, and you can mix and match them, and then like you traced on top of them. And like there's literally like, I don't know, maybe 50 to 100 different combinations you can do, but you thought you were innovating. You were like, no one thought of this outfit yet. This is... But it was awesome. It's awesome, and I loved playing with it. And now I'm into more grown-up things. My favorite blog is something called Man Repeller. Has anyone ever heard of Man Repeller? I love Man Repeller, and I love the definition. I'm really into the jumpsuits and all things that people look at and like, what are you wearing? That looks awful. I have these boots that literally have long spikes out the side of them for defense. So these are examples of some man-repellent outfits, I think, that I think are really good looking, but may not be the most appealing things in the world. So I've been paying attention to that for a long time, and then getting into where I'm a developer. I've been a developer for over 10 years, and so it's really natural to put those two things together. And so last year, Francis is here somewhere. Francis is over there. Francis was awesome to coach and be a part of our team building a hack for the Node Knockout, where we built a Christmas sweater that talks to the internet, and we won the Innovation Award. This is a picture. You can't fully appreciate it, so I brought up this was our awesome website. It had a lot of GIFs and things. All right, this is...
Oh, wait.
This is Rushane Domain, our awesome sweater.
Come closer.
So you went on the website.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to have to do.
And you typed stuff in, and it came up on that LOL shield.
Work it. Show me that it's inside of that jacket.
I love this video so anyway, so that was super fun to make. Like I said, you went on the website and you typed stuff in, and it showed up on the LOL shield, which was very cool. And I actually watched your video with the LOL shield. That was super fun to make. And I got into that not really knowing anything about this stuff. Just bought a bunch of stuff and was like, oh, this seems neat. And then after that, I kind of got obsessed with it, playing with these things and making them into something that I would want to wear around. There's a lot of challenges. What I've learned, so the past year, and especially the past couple months, not working, I've been focusing. I like to do this for a living. So I'd like to get a lot better at it. And I've run into a whole bunch of challenges as I've been making them. One thing that's important about wearables, I think, even though a lot of those dresses really aren't functional, they're more attractive looking. I think it's a priority when you have a wearable for it to do something that's useful to you, right? When I have those smart bands or things like that, they're helping me track what I'm eating and how far I'm walking and stuff like that. So when I make things, I really want them to be functional so they have a reason of doing the technology that they're doing. They have to be super small. Even the Arduino Uno is kind of big because you're going to wear it, and you don't want this big thing on your shoulder or on your back or something that people are going to be like, what is on your body right now? They have to be elegant and good looking, something that people you're not embarrassed to have around, and relatively inexpensive. They can be kind of expensive to make, and though it's cool, you want to make it accessible for people, especially people that want to make it. So I think wearables is the new future. I think it's a huge opportunity. There's a lot of money in the fashion industry. There's a ton of money in the mobile technology industry. Did you know that there's more money in the fashion industry? That was really interesting to me. I found that on the internet, so that's my source. Not the same article, though, so I don't know. I think the mobile technology one actually is just in the US and the fashion one's worldwide. But that's still a lot of money, right? And if you can mash those two things together, that's a lot of money. So what I've been up to is I've been just playing with these things, and I've been learning and playing at the same time. Over the past couple of months, I've been working on this thing. This is a necklace that changes color based on your tweets. This is super ugly right now. I've decided to get someone that does this for a living to design it, because I also learned about myself that I stink at designing jewelry. This is that's like a Christmas ornament. So I've been working on that and trying to find things that I think would be cool that other people would like to wear. I've found a lot of things that are good for wearables, in case you're interested in working with them. First, these specifically, and then the CC3000 that we saw in the last talk, that little Wi-Fi guy, that one's great, and there's a lot of really small Bluetooths, but getting a small Arduino is difficult. So these are 3 small Arduinos. The one on the top left is a lily pad, and that is made to, so it's super flat. I'm wearing one right now, and it's made to sew into your clothing. The one on the right is a Femto Arduino. Those are super tiny, as you can see next to the penny. And that one has the same processing power of an Arduino Uno. So it's pretty neat. And the bottom one is a tiny Lily, which is basically like a small version of the lily pad. So those have been super useful in making things that people don't see while you walk around. And the biggest thing I learned is you're going to make a mess. And I have broken a lot of things. Every time I order something now, I order 5 of them because I know I'm going to break at least 2 of them. But it's just been, I just kind of thrown myself in head first, and it's been super fun. So know that it's like a big learning curve, and you're going to probably screw it up. Unless you are a professional at this, like a lot of us are here. A lot of people with this background probably don't screw these things up. I got this really cool email from a friend of mine who introduced me to this girl who's going to the Bronx, Science High School in the Bronx, like a charter school. And they have to come up with this project. I met her, and she's working on, she wants to make something to help parents with infants make sure, like, monitor their sleeping, make sure they're breathing, for SIDS and things like that. So we've been meeting and we've been working on projects together. She wrote this blog, and all it is really what we've been working on and really nice stuff about me that I don't deserve. So she's writing about her progress, though, like her learning progress. And so we got together. So I talked to Chris, and we were trying to figure out what would be good for the Wearables Project, because I thought of a lot of things that we could get to make it fun and interesting and let people be creative. But we thought it might be good to make a project for people to make, and they can like interpret it anyway. So we made these sweatshirts that have directionals on them for when you're biking. So like turn signal kind of thing. So we have 10 kits. We have 10 kits. So if you want to wear them, come up, find me, and we'll get you a kit if you want to make this. So we got together last weekend, and we worked on ours. It was a big. It was fun. It was a learning curve. That's the lily pad on the right, and that's the battery pack on the left. We learned a lot about the one challenge is because there's conductive thread, right? But the one challenge is not sewing, not having 2 threads meet, right? So it's really important to keep your circuits far apart. So that's why there's all this tape on it, so I could like map out the way things are going to go. So anyway, I didn't put the button in this one yet. Oh no, wait, oh no. I didn't put the button in this one yet. But I just did the one side. Can you see, is it? I have lots of different colors of lights. I got pinks, purples, greens, blues, all kinds of stuff. So if you want to work on this. I also have cool LED strips. This guy on the internet made this really cool Tron costume with these like cool LED strips that you can put on your stuff. So if someone's interested in working with those, and I have stuff if anyone wants to make necklaces or anything like that. So yeah, come find me. And at 4 p.m., I just picked that as an arbitrary time, but I figured it would be good to do like an in-person tutorial about how to do these. So come find me. The wearables table is right in the other room. So thank you, and enjoy lunch.